into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey everybody, and welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. Thanks for joining us for another Chasing Life after show. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to comment down below and subscribe to AFTERBUZZ TV. If you're listening to us on iTunes and SoundCloud, make sure to give us 5 stars. And also, you know, download our shows. It'd be nice. If you're on
super nice,
super nice. If you are on Twitter, make sure to use hashtag ABTV Chasing Life. And you can tweet at me at Heather Joy Smith and my other host tonight.
You can tweet me at Heather_Cruz.
Hey guys, I'm Kristin Strange, and you can tweet me at Kristin Strange.
So welcome everybody. Tonight's episode, Life Actually, didn't actually involve a whole lot of April's life tonight.
Well, it was everybody in her life.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
Which for April is her life.
Which
so.
That is true.
And you know what's really funny to me is last week we were kind of complaining like we haven't really seen a whole lot of Graham. We don't really know anything about him. And then this week, like I feel like the whole episode was like Graham.
He was in this episode more than he's ever been on the show.
That's true.
Yeah.
Too bad the way that it ended. We want to jump right in.
That was the last episode he'll be on.
Probably.
Oh, he'll be around, I bet.
Yeah.
Are we going there? Are we going to start talking about it?
Let's just go there.
Okay.
So, you know, Graham and Beth, you know, tried to take their relationship to the next level last episode. Decided to move in
Which I thought was so weird, by the way.
So awkward.
Unexpected. Like, I didn't even, I mean, like, they're dating, but we didn't know anything about their relationship.
I know, but I feel like she's a very private person, and I get it because they don't ever get to see each other because she works so much. So sometimes I'm
so that's not a reason to move in.
Whatever. Sometimes I'm like, oh, it's so much easier if I live with my boyfriend because at least I get to see him at night in the morning because I don't ever see him in the rest of the life.
Okay. Here's my problem with this. They've been together less than 6 months.
That's true.
Okay, you don't really know somebody that well in 6 months, especially if you never see them. So how do you know you really actually like this person?
General consensus, we didn't like it that they were moving in together.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, okay.
Whatevs.
I actually didn't even realize that Graham was, what, like 29 and she's 23. I didn't realize that he was so much older than she is.
Is that so much older?
Well, not
how many years? My math is low. 6 years?
Yeah.
Oh,
but like, okay.
I mean, it's not that much, but I thought he was like 25 maybe.
But
I knew that Dominic was older, so I kind of just assumed
as he
26,
said, like, they're in different phases of your life. Like, your early 20s are so different than your later 20s. I'm getting to the later 20s. I feel like
some of us have already passed them.
And it's different, right?
It is. It's completely different. Like, what I'm doing now in my life, like, when I was 23 is completely different.
Right.
And when I'm 23, I'm like, oh, that won't happen. Oh, yeah, it's happening now. Like, you know?
No, yeah, and age differences in relationships are really hard. So
yeah, they can be, yeah.
And yeah, I get it.
I mean, she's just graduated from college. He's kind of in his career. Did she even go to college?
Did we get that?
Well, I don't know, but you know, she graduated.
She's just
college
starting
age.
her adult life.
Yeah. You know, I get where he's coming from, and especially, I guess, in his defense, she was acting immature about the situation, which. Now I actually kind of have to side with her because she was going with her intuition that this wasn't a good idea.
I don't think it was immature. I think it was a mature decision to step back and think, hey, do I really want this right now? Especially, like,
so much easier than after you sign the lease.
Exactly.
Yeah. Plus, like, a 2-year lease. Like, Holy cow.
That's a
Who
long
signs
time.
a 2-year lease?
No,
Who
I
does
don't
that?
know.
Who does that?
That was fair because I don't even sign a lease. I'm on month to month. I don't like being committed for more than 30 days. I'm good there.
I'm good with a year. I signed
A year is
and
good.
You know what? I know I'm going to live there next year too, but just I don't
Just
want
in
to sign
case
that.
anything could happen.
I'm not ready to commit to that yet.
That's a big commitment.
Yeah.
So I get where she's coming from. I think he was a little immature to say that she was being immature.
Agreed.
Because I don't think he quite grasped the whole, like, they've barely been dating situation. Like,
He just loves her
he
so
just-
much.
maybe he's never had a girlfriend before. I mean, it's
Is that what he
Graham.
said? I don't know.
No,
yeah,
I mean,
maybe.
He didn't say that,
No.
but I'm just
I
going
thought
to
maybe
assume.
he did. Maybe I'm mixing him up with other characters on the show.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Yes. We'll get there.
Yes.
there.
Yes.
So unfortunately, you know, they break up at the end.
After she had
sad,
like,
though?
no, I'm not sad at all. But like, it was just kind of funny because like after she had decided, okay, this is what I can do. Like, it's great. Let's go ahead and do this. He's like, just kidding. We should break up. Which
I think he was kind of convenient for her. And she can do so much better than Graham.
Oh,
So
yeah.
much better than Graham.
And so it was just like, well, he's here. They ended up sleeping together, and they were like, let's kind of date and see what happens. That's, I mean, I
They
don't
were
know.
so random to begin with. Like,
Yeah.
But like it is awkward too. Like, I mean, because the only reason they got together was because of Dominic and April, and now that they're not together, it's completely weird as that whole dinner scene went.
yeah.
So it wasn't destined to be.
It wasn't.
No.
We'll move on.
Yeah.
Graham,
I will.
We're sorry.
We're not even sad because
Nope,
they didn't give
not
us
at
time to
all.
get attached.
Not at all.
Yeah,
not
we
at
didn't
all.
even get attached to his character at all.
No.
So we really don't care if we ever see him again.
I mean, I think he's a good character on the show for like comedic relief, but
Well, that sucks that now he's not going to be on the show.
I think he will.
Really?
Yeah.
wonder if they get back together next episode.
No,
I do think he'll be on the show.
It's
though.
done.
It's done.
But I think he'll be on the show.
Maybe
Like,
he'll come
hopefully.
in
As
and out
Dominic's
as
roommate.
Dominic's roommate.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Probably.
I would get into the Dominic situation, but we're gonna leave that till the end. We're gonna leave the juicy stuff for the end.
Cool.
I have some thoughts about that.
I do too.
Let's move on to Greer and Brenna.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
The whole time I was watching it last night, I was like, God, she looks just like her.
Me?
Yeah, you do look a lot like
Like
Greer.
every scene, I was like, oh my God. So, like the hair, I don't know.
Well, thank you, because she's 18, so.
True.
But someone was tweeting at us to get her on the show, so I really want to get her on the show.
Yes.
And then I can stand next to her and see if we really look alike in person.
All right, we'll get on
Yeah.
that. We'll invite her on the show, everyone.
I think. Okay, so Greer comes over to meet Brenna because she got in a fight with her parents, and then there's this whole scene where they get like the parents confront her. I just think, honestly, I think she's being a little immature. I think she is.
I agree with the scene with her parents. It was a little immature,
Over the top.
very childish. Yeah, it was.
Teen
was
dramatic.
She was asking for respect, but wasn't doing it in a respectful way.
I would like. I kind of cringe when she's just yelling. She's like, "You are the worst parents." I'm like, girl, take it down a notch, okay? You're at a private school. They can't be the worst parents ever. I mean, yeah, they're not very attentive. They're not there all the time, but you got a nice school to go to. You got a roof over your head.
Yeah.
You have maids there. I mean,
It could be a whole
it
lot
could be
worse.
so
It could,
much
yeah.
worse. It seems like spoiled child syndrome
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is she's been spoiled her whole life because her parents aren't here.
Right.
They're not kind of realizing what she's doing in her life. Like she said last night, I've been off my medication. You haven't even noticed. Like, you know, she mentioned something else too. But it's like, you know, they don't realize what's going on in her life.
I think they're neglectful.
They're neglectful,
and
yeah.
that's really harmful to like for her to know, like, well, why am I not good enough for my parents to not want to be in my life? And that's how she feels. So I do get her kind of going off at them like that because they deserve to know how she felt. But she went about it in the wrong fashion. But I think there's been so much leading up to this. As she said, she asked her mom to spend more time at home, and her mom just kept going off about how she's ungrateful. So I think that, well, their communication sucks.
Yeah.
But I think that there was a lot more leading up to that. It wasn't just like one day, like, you're the worst parents. I think she's been trying and not getting anything.
I agree.
So that's why it happened in kind of a dramatic, somewhat childish way, because it was ruled by emotion. So
I kind of hope though, like next episode, we probably won't see this because there's probably not time, but I'd like to see them sit down, have a mature discussion, because both sides are being disrespectful to one another.
And her mom didn't even care. She was just as childish.
Like, fine, you want to do this? That's fine.
Yeah, she said, I wrote down something here, like, oh, if you want to play Orphan Annie, well, fine, go for it, or something like that, and walks out. Like, really?
It's not a good situation. I don't love it, but the situation that Greer has now put Brenna and her mom in, Sara, like, she just announced she was staying until, like, okay.
Don't notice.
Yeah. Like,
just so you know.
Brenna was like, okay.
Like,
Cool.
I guess. And let's talk about the little kiss that they had.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Brenna, no. Stand your bounds. Greer has got so much going on in her life right now. Obviously, is not a good time.
She could probably use a kiss.
She could probably just use a friend. A friend. Not a girlfriend.
They've already decided they cannot just be friends. This is like past the friend zone. They have a whole
Does
nother
Greer
level.
not have any other friends?
I don't know good ones.
I don't
except
think
for ones
so.
that make memes about her
Yeah,
ex-girlfriend.
her friends are not nice.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's a bad situation if they go into a relationship right now. Like, it's a really bad situation if they want it to last, because obviously the parents already don't like Brenna, and now their daughter has declared she's staying with Brenna.
Well, they're
like
16,
it's not
so.
a very good situation for anybody to be in. I think that Brenna should have just stood her ground and been a little bit more mature and been like, we just gotta be friends. I'll help you through this horrible time. When you get through this, we can start the kissing.
I was open to the kissing.
Whatever.
I'm open to it
Yeah.
too. I don't know. Tweet us your thoughts.
Agree with me.
No, agree with us.
No.
Hashtag ABTV Chasing Life, or you can tweet at all of us and let us know what you're thinking.
I feel like Michelle would have been on my side.
You're just saying that because she's not here.
Michelle, I'm
We'll
going to
ask
tweet
her
you. You
next
tweet
week.
me, Michelle. Tweet me.
Michelle, you're totally on our side.
My side.
She's practical. She's been like,
Exactly.
Exactly.
But Sara, like we said, is now caught in this awkward situation.
Sara is caught in a lot of awkward
I was
situations.
just going to say, segue, she's caught in a lot of awkward situations. Her
Broke my
boy
heart.
toy.
that coming.
Yeah, so her boy toy is married. What the heck?
That broke my heart.
I didn't see that one
I
coming.
thought I literally thought I was gonna cry.
I'm like,
For
this
her.
cannot happen to her. Really?
She's at the worst luck.
The worst looking guys.
You know what, too? I was waiting for him to be like, yes, I'm married. I got that. Yes, I'm married. It's complicated. Yes, I'm married. It's complicated. I get that. Now tell me you're separated.
Yes.
Tell me you guys don't live together, or tell me you guys you're thinking about divorce, but you're still remaining friends. Fine, tell me that. But don't be like, well, cheating's okay.
I think the whole IVF situation, we've been trying 5 times.
That is the most. You are the worst. So pathetic. I love my wife so much. I love her so much that I'm not going to tell her that I cheated. What the what? Get out the door.
I agree. Get out the door.
Lawyers.
They are not good to date.
Apparently.
No,
just
they are not.
no.
I thought it was interesting when he said, would it make your life any better if you knew that your husband cheated on you when it happened? I felt like that was just like, yeah, like
Slap.
If I was married for X amount of years, well, I guess she wasn't even married that long because Natalie's like an adult. But if I would want to know, because she had all 20 years of memories before she probably found out about it.
Yeah,
that's right. She could have had 20 years of happy
memories.
memories.
She could have been
someone
remarried.
else.
Yeah.
And I feel like the whole Natalie situation would be completely different had he told her when it happened.
Yeah.
Said, "Hey, I got a kid." I mean, that changes everything.
I just thought the whole situation was just so sad for Sara,
And
who
his
lost
wife
her
was
first
so
love.
cute.
Yeah.
Why are you cheating on her? She's adorable.
First of all, does anyone have that relationship really? Like, do you talk? I mean, I'm getting married, and we've obviously talked about cheating, and it's a no policy.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. That's the end. Like, who has this conversation where it's just like, well, you know, if you're gonna
Forever's
cheat,
a long time.
exactly. If you're gonna cheat, why don't just don't let me know. It's cool. It's whatever. Who does this?
No one.
No.
No one does that. Not
Exactly.
99% of the population is not going to enter a marriage thinking, if we cheat on each other, it's okay. We just won't tell each other.
I mean, okay,
Ignorance is bliss.
I'm not saying it's okay because I don't agree with this, but there are couples who have open relationships.
But that's different. It's open. It's not you're hiding it.
Yeah.
Like, what if you found so what if the wife never cheated this whole time, and then she found out
that he
much later, like, all these women, like, geez.
And like, how does she know? She needs to get tested for STDs.
Exactly.
Is he using protection?
Probably not.
Probably not.
No. Open relationship is a different thing.
That's what I'm concerned about.
Shut it down.
Yes. She should have slapped him in the face. I would have punched him in the eye.
In the gut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Break that nose.
Yeah, I like where you guys are going. Fired up.
He better not come back in any more episodes. It better have been a learning experience for Sara to just not jump on anything.
What we need
with
to
a
do
beard.
is his immigration practice just needs to fall apart, and his life needs to fall apart, and then he needs to get, like,
he needs to get cheated on.
I wanted to say hit by a car, but I feel like that was a little bit over.
That's a little extreme.
Yeah, it is.
So like maybe just like trip over the sidewalk and break his leg or something.
He needs to find out that his wife has been cheating from day one.
Right? Or that she was like in a serious
She
relation.
finally gets pregnant by
another
guy.
Him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, that was one other thing that I wanted to say about this. He was like, we've been trying IVF and it's not been working, and like we never have sex.
I was like, well, you have to have sex to have a kid.
I know. And then I was like, but okay, now you think she might be sleeping around? How do you know that kid's gonna be yours?
Oh gosh, it was a weird situation.
I was confused by the whole thing.
Yeah, they definitely threw us a curveball with that storyline.
Yes.
Not quite sure what to think about it.
I don't think it's going anywhere. I think it pretty much ends.
Ended.
Yeah.
I think that was the end.
It was a learning experience.
You know
though.
what?
Yes.
This opens the door for George to come back.
Woo! But I wanted like a love triangle. That was the storyline that I was hoping for. Little love triangle.
Love triangle with who?
With the beard guy.
And who else?
George. George came back.
George
they were
came
kind of like
back.
lovey-dovey. It's like this situation. Now it's just like
I don't think that
too easy.
I don't think that George and the bearded lawyer would have had any competition with each other.
It's George all the way.
It would have been George.
But if it's been a few months now. I mean,
so I don't think that if George comes back, I don't think he had any competition. No. I think
fine.
it would have had to be
Good riddance then. Bearded man, you're done.
Okay, so let's talk about another relationship that April would not really approve of.
I'm gonna roll my eyes.
Okay.
I found it to be quite interesting. Are we talking about Natalie and Dominic?
Yes.
Okay, just
Okay. So Dominic says, "Are you gonna let girl code keep you from this?" I wrote, "Really, Dominic? It's girl code."
It's not just girl code; it's sister code.
Sister code.
There is a difference.
Even
she tried
more
to
so.
stop that.
She, and I was really proud of her for about half a second. You know, because that's about how it lasted.
Just to like play the devil's advocate here. Don't you? Okay, isn't it possible that because she tried?
She did.
She was just pulled to him.
Really, how hard did she try when they were laying in bed together?
We haven't got there yet.
Haven't you ever done something you know is wrong and then like done it anyways?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's like.
But I would never hurt my sister.
But
that's a whole nother level. You know, girl code. Come on. Even if you guys dated somebody, it's off limits for me. Like, that is not okay.
Or you wait the allotted amount of time. Let's say April gets married, or it's been a year.
I'd
You
say April
gotta
gets
wait.
married is the allotted amount of time.
Exactly.
Anything before that is unacceptable.
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't think that it was right, but I understand where Natalie's coming from. Because why does she? I don't know. I get her.
I feel like Natalie could walk into a bar and have any guy she wants.
Yes,
Hello, she's done it twice this season.
She has good chemistry with Dominic, and it just happens.
She has good chemistry with everyone.
Anyone. She's just a very sexual person.
It doesn't have to be Dominic.
It doesn't have to be Dominic. And the fact that she said, oh, things are going well with my sister. I don't want to mess this up. In her head, she's like, oh, this isn't a good idea. This isn't a good... Oh, hold on. I'm just in his bed now. Whoopsie.
That doesn't happen to you? No, just kidding.
No.
By the way, I've been wanting to bring this up. The whole night. That last scene, and they're in bed together. Who lays like that? Who lays like that? His shirt's off. She's, first of all, fully clothed. And... Who does that? No, that is not the picture. I guess it is, ABC family. But I'm just throwing it out there.
I know.
You're killing me.
Don't
What I was most concerned about was that Graham just walked in the door and kind of like, he didn't even like yell Dominic. He was just like, hey, Dominic, a little bit loudly. And Dominic heard him and responded clearly. I was like, your walls are thin. It's a good thing he didn't walk in 20 minutes earlier.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, are there even walls that go all the way up to the ceiling, or is this like loft style? Like, this doesn't seem right.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, April's not going to be very pleased with this whole situation.
You know what,
week.
though? I feel like Natalie tried. I don't know. I'm on Natalie's side with this one. I know that I shouldn't be.
Natalie should try harder.
I know that I shouldn't be.
With another guy.
Exactly. Yeah. Any other guy. Any other guy. Graham, I would have been okay with.
Yeah.
That's her roommate.
I would have been okay.
That's her roommate, though. She has a closer bond with Beth than with April. The only thing that she is bonded with April is that they have the same dad and they have the same bone marrow
I have been waiting for a new guy to enter the picture in anyone's life this whole season.
Yeah.
It's about time.
Let's make him be really cute next week, too.
Seriously.
Thanks.
No,
But that's what Julian was for.
Okay, because I'm obsessed with Julian.
He's cute.
I love Julian. I wrote, Julian is back. Happy face.
He's adorable.
Love Julian. So, Julian's little event that he's having is basically a fundraiser to raise money to pay for medical bills and stuff like that.
Which is so sweet.
Yeah.
Super cute.
So nice.
And he goes to April because he wants Leo to be the MC of the event. And I think that's really cute because apparently all these kids and cancer patients look up to Leo as somebody, who's strong and been through it and, keep fighting through. So I thought that was really cute that he went to April and was like, well, that's your boyfriend. Can't you invite him? And I was kind of annoyed with Leo at first because I'm like, really? You're going to say no to a 12-year-old?
I think he's 14. Let's
14,
get that
straight. Sorry. 14, guys.
14. It's a big difference.
Yeah.
Like the whole 23, 29 thing, it's a big difference.
It's a big difference between 12
It's like
and 14.
a kid and a teenager.
Okay.
Anyway, young Julian.
And, what was I saying? Oh.
He's adorable.
So, Leo ends up changing his mind to go and do this whole fundraising event because, April and Julian kind of talked him into it and said, well, if anyone can talk him into it, she's girlfriend. And
I do get him not wanting to do it originally. He doesn't want to be the poster boy for cancer.
True.
That's true. That's a lot. That's a lot to take on. And I also agreed when they were getting ready, or when April was getting ready to go to her yoga and then her group session, and he was like, I'm done with group session. Like, I kind of agree with him. Like, if he needs to put it past and not dwell on it, I totally understood that.
There's such thing as too much cancer support.
Yes. Because I think he's trying to move past it in his life instead of having that define him.
Yeah.
He's trying to move on with his life, find another, and I'm Leo and this is what I do. Everybody has their thing, And I think right now he's associated with the cancer tag.
I'm really surprised that April hasn't come to that point, though, because it affected not only, her life, as in her personal life and everything, but it affected her job situation when she came back, because all of a sudden she was getting all the sappy stories oh, well, you had cancer, so you're gonna go cover this event because it's about cancer, and you're gonna cover this because it's about sad things. I don't understand, and I feel like April's a really strong and independent person, so why hasn't she come to this moment of trying to separate herself from it?
She hasn't been dealing with it as long.
Yeah, and I feel like she's a writer. That's her tag on her. And so regardless of what kind of story she's writing, she's April and she's a newspaper writer. That's what she does.
She has a path.
She has a path, yeah. And Leo is just kind of all over the place.
His path has so far been cancer.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think that's where he's been kind of labeled as this poster boy of cancer, and she hasn't. So I think that's kind of the difference. But Leo's speech. Let's talk about it.
When it started, it was very Grey's Anatomy. How it started with him kind of talking, and it was so cute. And then later in the episode, and then he got on stage, and then he was like, my heart, it's never been full until now, and I love you. Oh.
I thought he was gonna propose.
I did
That would have been a
too.
great time.
I literally was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're
totally-
there yet, considering last week they almost broke up.
I know, but I still, like, it was so, like, passionate that
It was.
He's gonna hop down and just propose to her.
This is the first time he told her he loved her.
So it doesn't matter.
I'm not sure if that's a great time to propose.
It's probably true, but I'm just saying, I'm just being honest where my mind went.
Yeah,
I'm all
that's-
about the ring.
That's exactly where my mind went, too.
I would love to see them get married. They would have beautiful children, and they were really cute when they were...
Well, I mean, they would have beautiful children, but no, they do not need to get married.
I mean, not anytime
Next
soon.
season.
You guys have killed him off, remember?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
We did kill him off. Shoot.
Maybe they'll get married, and since she froze her eggs, they'll give Leah's... He probably froze some sperm, maybe. So they'll, like, make her have a baby, and then he'll die before the baby comes in. It'll be, like, the last thing she has left of
Wait a
him.
minute, I have a question. Maybe I just missed this. When she froze her eggs, remember there was a conversation, she was still with Dominic at the time, and they were supposed to...
She didn't freeze
She
him
didn't
with-
freeze him with Dominic?
That would have been awkward.
Awkward.
Hey, Dominic,
think I'll-
you know those frozen embryos we have? What do you want to do with those?
So awkward! So awkward.
Them into my sister now.
You gave me your butt now, I'll
Seriously.
give you my eggs.
Well, everybody else is sharing everybody else's things, so you might as well.
Exactly. Man, I don't know.
Well, Leo, he's stepping up.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I feel
Are you
like-
in a
maybe
big
changing
way.
a little bit?
No.
Oh.
But I do appreciate his effort. Because as we have already established, I'm pretty practical. And lovey-dovey stuff is all fine and well, but that boy needs a job.
He has his parents. He doesn't need a job.
He doesn't need a
He
job.
needs a job.
He needs a passion.
He needs some more funding to his bank account.
Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, it would be
That-
nice to be self-sufficient, but...
True. How do you feel about the whole Dominic situation, though? Are you still Team Dominic, even if he's now with Natalie?
You're gonna be Team Dominic to a guy that said, "Are you really gonna give this up on girl code?"
Yeah.
Listen,
I mean, that's kind
part
of a
of me
jerky
is-
thing to
Yeah.
say to
But you know
April.
what? April was kind of a jerk to him. So
Yeah.
maybe this is just
Tit for tat.
revenge.
But
revenge.
maybe they don't need to be together if they keep hurting each other.
Exactly.
I am only anti-Leo.
So let's get into some predictions, why don't we?
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
I would like to say that my heart just melted in his speech. I didn't think that I could love Scott Michael Foster any more than I already do. And I was like,
Oh gosh,
marry me.
you need
Hold
to
on.
stop watching this show.
Michael Foster or Leo or both
Both together
together.
at the same time. I don't.
You should just go ahead and start, since apparently you're creating babies over here for them, or for you
Well,
guys.
that makes a good soap opera.
Baby steal his.
Maybe you could like go on set one day and pretend you're Greer and just meet him.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm Greer.
You totally are Greer.
Or maybe she'll get like a sister, and I'll get hired as an actress.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh
No, I'm
yeah,
not
she
an
has a
actress.
long lost sister.
Just like April and Brenna.
I would be
Storyline.
terrible. But anyways, predictions. You go first. 'Cause
No,
I
you
need-
go. You're sitting in the hot seat. I always have
okay.
to go first.
I think. Let's see. I think that April and Leo are going to be good for a bit. That was a pretty good ending.
Yeah.
I think that Natalie and Dominic are going to heat up, and it's going to get to a point where they're like, we have to tell April. Or April, did we see April find out in the preview?
I think April finds out.
Yeah.
Because she seemed pretty mad.
But I think that someone, I don't know really who this is going to come from, is going to have a talk with her and like talk in some sense to her. Like, you who have a boyfriend, you dumped him, you moved on. You know, Natalie is Natalie, so, you know,
Okay.
that's the best I can do right now.
Okay. You know, Dominic is kind of being a jerk right now, and I will give that to him. So he was here. He's dropped a few pegs in my book. I don't think that Dominic is right for anyone in this show. So I think he's not right for April, obviously.
No.
April cannot let him go, and I think you're right. She's gonna find out. She's going to be pissed, as any girl would be if the girl code was broken.
I don't know if
be pissed.
I mean, I would be uncomfortable, but I don't know if I would be pissed, given that they don't really have.
I would
a
because
bond.
not only is her sister
Really?
hooking with the ex, but her sister also broke a promise to
Yes.
her. It's not
That's true. She
just
did tell her.
It's not just the fact that they're together. It's the fact that Natalie was like, no, like will never happen again. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Like I'm working on my relationship with you. Just kidding. I lied. Like that's the part that I would be most upset about. So, but I do think that she's gonna come to her senses because as much as I don't want to admit it, Dominic and Natalie are pretty darn cute.
Yep.
Okay. When you said that you don't see Dominic with anybody else on the show, my first thought was he actually might be a good match for Beth.
No, no.
I would call girl code on that.
Yes.
Well, totally. But say before all the April and Dominic stuff, say that never happened and Dominic just came into the picture.
Nope.
I think they would have been a good
Nope.
match.
If none of that ever happened, it was gonna be April and Dominic.
April was way too practical for Dominic.
Yes.
She's too by the book. She's too, this is how it works.
And he's very like
creative and emotional artist kind of guy.
Yeah.
Free spirit, kind of like Natalie.
So
And Beth, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess and Beth. Now this Brenna and Greer situation, I got some thoughts on that.
Okay.
I don't think their relationship is going to last past the next episode.
I think that them staying together is going to be an issue.
It's going to be an issue, but they're going to make it work.
I hope they do.
But you know, as Greer brought up, I mean, what is the harm of them getting close? Because it's not like she can get pregnant again.
Exactly.
I mean,
that's the worst
let's
that
be
was
real here.
That was an interesting conversation.
Right?
Yeah. Plus, I think something's gonna happen. Like, I think Sarah's gonna find out about that because they brought it up twice now. They keep bringing it up, which would be a very interesting dynamic.
I do see that as, I mean, I don't think that that's a reason that Brenna was like, I like girls now.
No.
But I do see that as a reason why she felt, because she's obviously bi, why she felt easier to get close to Greer than Kieran because there was no risk of her being hurt like that again.
True.
I just think it's going to be really hard for them in the next couple episodes because I don't know how you can focus on a relationship when you can't, like a one-on-one relationship, when you can't focus on the relationship you have with your parents. Like, that's just an awkward situation. And there's so, like, between the two families, there's just so much diversity and so much animosity between the two of them.
It's like Romeo and Juliet.
Exactly. And it's just not a good situation. And so I don't think it's going to work. I think there's going to be some problems.
The most beautiful things come out of bad situations.
Very true.
But I'm just saying the next episode.
Not like 3 episodes.
Oh, no. We don't even have 3 episodes.
I know.
Right.
We only have a few more.
I know.
Couple more. Oh, that's so sad.
Your turn.
Okay. I think after April finds out about Dominic and Natalie, she is going to be furious. I think that's going to cause like a huge like riff in the whole like family situation. I think it's going to bring in like Sara, it's going to bring in Brenna, like literally the entire family. I think that the whole Leo situation, I think it's real. I think it's going to last a little bit longer.
Until you guys kill him off.
Until you kill him off. I think I'm going to say at least the next 2 episodes. Then we might not know.
The cliffhanger.
The cliffhanger.
I'm going to predict that my prediction next week is going to be about Leo.
Probably. I'm going to say...
But it wasn't this week.
Yes.
It wasn't. Well, I did predict. I predicted that they were going to be good.
Oh, that's right. Have babies together. Yes,
I'm going to go on a whim and say Beth and Graham kind of work it out.
Really? I think they're done.
I think they're done. But I think there's a little chance.
Maybe like a slip back
Yes.
one night.
One night. Yeah.
I see
That's
that.
what I said about Dominic and April like 17 weeks ago.
know.
True.
So,
Who knows? All right. Well, tweet us your predictions or you can hashtag ABTV Chasing Life or tweet any of us. We will see you guys all next week. Let them know where they can find you on social media real quick.
You can find me on Twitter at Kristin Strange and on Instagram at Kristin_Strange.
and you can find me Instagram Heather Cruz and Twitter Heather_Cruz.
And you can find me on Twitter at Heather Joy Smith and Instagram at Heather Joy Smith. We'll see you guys all back here next week.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.